these are some of the things that we Africans need to unlearn. These are some of the things that we Africans need to unlearn. Number one, white wedding. Yes, before you attack me, listen to what I have to say. Yes, we have our traditional marriage system or process or procedure, whatever you call it, in Africa. We all have a traditional marriage system in Africa. White wedding that you guys do is also a traditional marriage for some cultures, for some people. All right, so I will never subscribe, or well, I'm guilty of this, but then because I know now, it's your choice, but I would never subscribe to anyone saying it is compulsory to have a traditional marriage done. That's the one done in your father's house, payment of dowry, and then you must have a white wedding done as well, especially when you cannot afford it. I have seen lots of people go through the rigors because they want to get married. They will first of all go and have a party in their father's houses or father's compound or their village, and go back to maybe their base or the husband's base to have a white wedding, wasting money unnecessarily for two different kinds of weddings for the same traditional marriage. The only difference is one is done the African way, that is in your own culture, and one is done, one traditional marriage is done again the white man's culture. All right, so I would never subscribe to that. So these things we need to unlearn it. And for some people that say, oh, because you have done traditional marriage, if you have not done white wedding, you have not wedded, it is not true. And I even hear a lot of church folks or pastors say it. It is very easy. If you want to, I understand if you want to have your marriage blessed by your man of God, it can be done on Sunday. After your traditional marriage, you can go to your church and you kneel before your pastor after the service or within the service. He can call you both out to bless your marriage. It mustn't necessarily be a white gown and a suit. That is someone else's or some people's traditional marriage. Number two mentality that we have to unlearn, things we have to just erase from our minds, is that cesarean section is evil or is demonic or something. You and I know very well that a lot of people don't subscribe to having cesarean section, that CS, during childbirth. In fact, they don't subscribe to anything not like they say, not natural. Now we have been given science and technology to help us in child conception and even childbearing. The Bible clearly says that there will not be any barren in the land. There's something such as surrogacy to have kids now. There's something such as IVF to have kids now. And you can have cesarean section, that is CS, to birth your children. And what makes you feel that some people will call a cesarean section, she had an operation, it is not a normal birth? Who told you it's not normal? There are two ways to have a baby. It's either cesarean section or through vaginal birth. All are normal. None is evil. So erase that mentality. A lot of women, there have been a lot of child mortality rates because of that mentality. Even mothers, dying in the process of child delivery just because they don't want to have a CS. Erase that from your mind. Some of us can opt for elective CS at any time. Because, come on, labor and pushing out a baby is not an easy thing. I have done it. There's nothing enjoyable doing it. Do you understand? It is hard. So if you want to have an elective CS, you can go ahead and have an elective CS. So in fact, sometimes some people will not even wait to hear that something is wrong with them. They just don't want to labor and push. They will just want it the easy way. Oh yeah, cut it open and bring out this child. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with it. So this mindset, we have to erase it. Do you know there are some people that even their cervix cannot dilate? And you're now in one church or you're now in one delivery home. They're telling you, no, don't worry, you push it. Don't worry, you will deliver like a Hebrew woman. Don't go and kill yourself and your child because you want to deliver like a Hebrew woman. You are a Hebrew woman when you go back home with your life and that of your child. So that is number two. Number three is women marginalization. You see this African men mentality, we have to unlearn it. In fact, women are marginalized in so many ways. Educationally, there are some parts of Africa that female education is not allowed. In fact, they don't educate the female gender. All right, there are some parts of Africa that they don't allow women to be in positions of power. They don't allow women. They are being marginalized just because it's the female gender. They see females as the inferior gender. These are the things that we need to unlearn. We need to unlearn them as Africans. All right? Even in marriage, you see a lot of things that women go through in marriage just because they are females, just because they are being marginalized. These are the things that we need to unlearn as Africans. Okay? Because it is not right. It is not right. I just hope this video has helped you. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. I love you. Mwah.